All right, y'all, we're live. I hope somebody gets on tonight because, again, all right, let's see what happens tonight.
You didn't finish your statement because again,
Because, again, like it's just crazy. Like they won't allow me to see or do anything. It's bad. It's bad.
nobody knows that you got
I
on
need to
here
talk
and
about it.
nobody.
Yes, I'm on here talking. I'm
Yeah, but I'm
live.
saying nobody knows what you're talking about.
Oh,
It's just crazy.
I'm talking to my wife right now about how crazy it is that someone hacked my account on Facebook, and I think I'm done. Like I really it's like there's no way to contact Facebook to let them know. They banned my account, and I'm on Facebook now, which is crazy because I'm talking about them. But they banned my account because someone hacked my Instagram account and started this page that I don't even know what the page is. They started a page, created a username, and they said they don't agree with my rules. And then all of a sudden, that page was gone. I saw on my Instagram, and then like less than like 10 minutes, that page was no longer on my Instagram. Everything was removed from it. And then that, like, I still have my Instagram account. So I don't understand. Facebook and Instagram are together. So they canceled my Facebook page off of someone hacking my Instagram account for 10 minutes, came off, no longer is on there. And now I can't even get back to Facebook, which kills everything I have on Facebook. I like I mean, I'm not saying I'm like all out here like that, but the reality is I had more than that.
Oh, yeah, that's 6.4.
I had more than that. I had 5,000 friends on there. I was about
So that's less.
48.
That's
No,
still
friends, you
6.4.
can't be over 5,000 friends. And then followers, I think I had like 10K or something like that. And now it's just all hit.
And now nobody even
I don't
knows.
know nobody even knows I'm even on Facebook. Like, so people have been reached out. Some people have reached out to me like, yo, you're not on Facebook no more. And you can't, like, that's like people I talk to a lot. But just the random people I've connected with from places I've gone, um, platforms I've been on, things I've done. I don't even know who these people are. They used to friend request me, and I don't even know anything now because of Facebook, like no longer allowing me to access. So let me know you're on here. All right, this is the first time I'm actually going live on this. I'm so upset now thinking about it. On this page now that I had to redo my page because of it. Like, let me tell this to everybody too: do not link your Instagram and your Facebook together. Just have them separate. I don't know why they're the same company, but it doesn't make any sense. I wish there's a way I can call Facebook, but they don't have no phone number. It's like I don't understand it. But anyways, y'all, we're on here live at Des and Y'all Talks. If you're on, let me know you're here. Say something in the chat. I'm just venting about Facebook for a moment because this is not like me preaching or teaching. This is Des and Y'all Talks. So this ain't like me giving you a word. But what I'll do is put some announcements out there real quick. Tomorrow, we start church at 7 a.m. Yes, I said that. 7 a.m. we start church tomorrow. We are doing our tree conference tomorrow. I'm excited about it. My good friends from Richmond, Virginia are here. Apostle, or I think they're both doctors, I believe, right? I've been saying that. I think they are, though. I know Dwayne is, and I believe Cheryl is, or she's finishing up, but I'm going to call them doctors. Dr. Dwayne Whitehead and Dr. Cheryl Whitehead. They pastor a church, have a unique model. I love what they're doing. Out in Richmond, Virginia, they will both be with us tomorrow. They'll both be sharing in the word at our tree conference tomorrow. I'll also be preaching too, as well. And then we also have a panel tomorrow too. So my preaching is going to be coming early in the morning, after we pray, seek the face of the Lord. And we're starting at 7 because this is something we've done before. We've done like a whole what's called 7 to 7, which is when we spend basically 12 hours with the Lord, and then we do what's called like it's a half of 7 to 7. I ain't got a fancy name for it. But we do from 7 to 12. So typically our 7 to 7s go from 7 to 12, and then we take a good hour and a half break for lunch, and then get back into the flow like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then we're there from 7 o'clock. But we're doing like a half 7 to 7, because I've learned this, that the longer you spend time in an area and that you're focused in that area, you will, I believe, um, come out with more in that area. You know, like when you have those 3-day gatherings and you're just in the presence of the Lord consistently, you don't have time for anything else. It's like it's an intensive time. People have them like they have intensives where they basically are just always either learning, developing, spending time in the presence of the Lord, either prayer or the word of God. And it does something to you because again, you're not allowing yourself to get into or focusing on other spaces. So that's why we do this, because again, we do our 12-hour service, not just for you to feel goosebumps or something like that. No, it's to help impact time with God. And also, the Lord had given me the scripture for it when we did our first 7-7, which was um, um, a day as unto the Lord as 1,000 years. That's basically it. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the scripture Lord had given me to give him a day and see what I'll do in generations. And so that's why we do it. It was based upon that, and we believe God that every 7-7 we've had has been impactful, not just the people that were there, but we're believing it'll impact those that they will touch, and those that are in their family, and those that have not yet been born. That's really what we do it for. So I'm on to have a conversation tonight. I'm waiting for my co-host, or whatever you want to call her.
Right.
You're right there, but you're not on camera. And I've asked someone to say that they're here, and I haven't gotten one person to say that they're here yet. Even though it's giving me like saying that people are online.
You know, if it's not our faithfuls that like to talk,
I know, but
like
this is trash. I'm just so because I don't people don't even probably know I'm even live right now. Like that's the part that's killing me.
Yeah.
Can you check and see if I'm on live? Like, am I live?
Yeah, you are, because I just shared it.
This is so bad.
It's live.
I'm ready to quit Facebook, man. I am. Because this is like so frustrating. Like if I don't have a phone number for them or something, this is so bad. Okay, Katrina's on here, so I can see Katrina. Hey, Katrina, I can't see any kind of comments.
Yeah, it's no comments coming up.
All right, Katrina, we got your message too. Definitely praying for you. I'm not sure if you saw that message. I saw it. Okay. Yeah, we don't like sometimes we in messengers like I try to be.
No, I was just looking like that because I definitely responded to her message. So I guess you just didn't see that.
Maybe I ain't see that then. You responded to her in our message?
Yeah.
Okay.
Messenger. That's why when you said that, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you did. Sorry.
I mean, it's okay. Okay. You have to look at it now. It's kind of over.
Oh, shut it. All right.
You have to be on there for comments because it's not showing no.
It's not showing
over here.
It's barely showing comments on Facebook either, if I have any, because I don't know if anybody's even watching us right now because I have a new page. Don't get me started. Okay. All right. And then the comments aren't coming up on there either. What is going on? Okay. Do you want to have a conversation or no?
I mean,
I'm just so frustrated with my Facebook right now.
Oh, no, it's okay. Nothing we can do about it at this point.
I'm gonna find a way to call Facebook. I am. This is ridiculous. All right. So we are messed up there. All right. So let's talk about the
you talked about the tree conference.
Yes. Right? Okay. So you can talk about the next thing. That right there.
Ooh, excuse me. That's a yawn. It's 9:21. So we will not be before you long. No, but we do have in June, which I'm so excited. We're gonna be sharing some footage so you guys can get a sneak peek of where we're going for our
I like roll my eyes. I'm
marriage
roll my eyes
retreat.
About that, just about
our marriage getaway. I like to say retreat. But anyway, we're gonna have a good time. So we're gonna share additional details for it. You can still register. You still have time to register. I believe the early bird has lifted. I'm not gonna go there now, but I believe it might have lifted, but you can still go ahead and register. It's never too late. As we are trying to lock in now that we have a good amount of people, we're locking in the spaces that we need. So first come, first serve. And if you're not in that block of people, then if it's no more rooms available, we are sorry for you. But we are still, right now, we still have a few left. So you can go ahead and register if you have not yet. Okay. Outside of that, it was someone else. Oh, we don't have no pictures or anything to put up.
We do. I thought I could share one real quick.
It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
all right.
No, it's okay. Um, but yeah, so that's that. We're excited about that. Again, that's June 27th to the 30th. I believe that Thursday to Sunday. As we know, some people have to get back to work on Monday. So yeah.
All right. All right. So that's okay. You didn't sound. Were you excited?
Yeah, I said I was excited. I mean,
You
I don't want
said
to
it.
be like over. I
How many
mean,
times I'm gonna keep going off tonight?
I meant to stop it, but I didn't stop it. I just pushed
Okay. All right. So y'all, I
snooze.
hopefully I can see y'all comments on Facebook or YouTube. I'm gonna try to look at my phone if I can. Louise, Frankie. Okay, hit me up then, please. All right. When you're hit
Yeah, we
me up.
can't see. I can't see
I
any
gotta look at my
comments. I'm
phone.
sorry, y'all.
All right. Well, hit me up, man. Please do. All right. So yeah, I'm trying to get into this thing to see, make sure. Okay. Yeah, hit me up, please. All right. So, um, where's we at? And yeah, let me know the dates too. All right. Um, so we talked about the retreat. Yeah, looking forward to it. Cancun. Yeah, like you said, there's a price. What's the price?
Um,
Still, let the folks know the price.
I think the early bird special has lifted. So let me see. Um,
Oh, that okay. But I need to know. Is it the okay? All right. Just let me know the weekend. Is if it is the weekend, I think I might not be. Just let me know.
I mean, anyone's welcome to go on there.
If it's the weekend, I think it is. I hope it's not, but it might be. All right. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. All right. All right, Andre. Yep. All right. Dag. Okay. I got you. Okay.
For some reason, it still says one.
All right, Frankie. I got to catch up with you, man. That ain't the right weekend.
They
Dag.
still got. They
Is it
still
still
got.
there?
Yeah,
Is it still? Are we still on?
It's gonna be off though.
We're gonna keep it up. All right, so we're gonna keep the early bird special. Listen, if you married, come join us in Cancun. All right, for a weekend, June 27th through the 30th. All right, and again, just come be with us. It's gonna be fun. All right, we already got couples that have been booked for this. It's going to be a great time. All right, we decided on our 15th wedding anniversary, which is actually in February, but for this year, we wanted to be a blessing to couples, to just want them to go away, learn, develop, grow together. It's going to be great. I'm excited about it. So again, that is happening again June the 27th through the 30th. You can visit our website, desandya.com.
Oh
Desandya.com.
yeah, I can put the videos on there too.
You can put the videos on the
Yeah, I think
website.
about that.
Desandya.com. It's a 3-day getaway. And again, the cost is as we got a list of the things, is $299.99. Did I get that right? Put that 29s. $299.99. So basically it's $3,000. All right. But it's all inclusive getaway. 3 days, 3 nights, Cancun, Mexico. I can't tell you the place yet because we're still holding. Can't tell you it's gonna be a drum roll, but I'm telling you right now, the place is beautiful, and it's not $3,000 a person. It's $3,000 together. All right, so we're gonna be sharing pictures about the place. We've been to the place. It's gonna be fun. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Praise the name of the Lord. All right, and we're gonna have some great times together and things we're gonna be doing and things we have prepared. I'm just adding more juice to what you gave. I think you need some more splash. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start off with a quick small talk. A quick small talk segment. All right. So the quick small talk segment is what? What's our small talk today?
You were supposed to be thinking about that. You went all the way back here.
What? You were supposed to give us what would you do? Do you have that tonight?
No.
You don't have that tonight?
We were ask. No.
Okay. All right. So, well, forget our small talk, I guess, was our announcements. So, we want to draw up a scenario before we get into our conversation for 20 minutes. We're going to talk about what would you do. All right. Now, do you have any what would you do tonight or no? Because I do. I might have one.
Okay.
I'll have
Go
one
ahead,
if you have
since
one.
you have one. Go ahead.
I got one.
You just say you have one.
Okay, fine. I got one. Okay. So unique scenario. I can't name names, nothing like that. But just hear me out on this, right? So I have just I'm trying to figure out the best way I can kind of walk through this scenario. Okay. All right. So I know some children. Hallelujah. And you know what's so funny? When I'm gonna say what you would you do, I know most people that are going to be on here watching this, like I know what I'll do, right? Like I know, but I want to just it's this kind of general and generic of some things I have seen just recently. Okay, I'm not gonna say where, I'm not gonna say who, I'm not gonna say what, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Okay, so we're living in a unique time. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because I've never seen in my life the way kids talk to adults. Um, so I had a scenario one time of someone I saw, knowing this person is still yet a teenager, yet still in school, and the individual, basically, when they saw me, they said, "Hey, Des." Okay, let me say it one more time. The individual who is a teenager, when they saw me, mind you, they're still in high school, and they said, "Hey, Des." Now I was gonna pull up some other scenarios because I'm talking about things I've seen kids cussing at parents and all that. Like that to me blows me away. But what I do now, I'm gonna ask y'all a question: is what would you do? Okay, I tell you what I do. I've done two things with that. I would like to hear what you guys would do. But I'm saying this teenager, this teenager could be on your team. This teenager could be someone you've known from space.
Did
But
you say what
what
they did? Oh, when they called, they just
they
said,
just said,
"Hey, Des."
"Hey, Des."
What would you do? Let's see those
All
comments.
right. What would you do? Okay. Frankie said that's already triggering me. Yes. Okay. So for me, and that definitely trigger you because not just that, it's just military too. Like that just so for me, it was like it kind of caught me off guard. Okay. Now I've had this happen to me more than one time from different children. Okay. And I will tell you how I've responded because I've had multiple responses based upon relationship. All right. Right, exactly. It's hard no for me. I don't
Right.
answer respond. That's one thing I've done. So when I've heard them say,
Good
"Hey,
answer,
Des,"
Katrina.
I literally act like I heard absolutely nothing. Like point blank, like you don't exist right now. And I'm not like it's because I think that is so like we live in a generation. I couldn't even imagine being a teenager calling an adult by their first name. To me, that's just baffling. So I want to hear what would you do? Katrina said, hard no for me, don't answer, respond. I like that. That's one of the things I've done. The second thing I've done, and then I'm gonna hear Pascal says what she would do. The second thing I've done is I always say who? And then they'll say, and I had them say Des again. I'd be like, who? Who's that? And like Des, who's that? Who? And then they understand I don't answer to that. Not to a child. Like we're not on that level. Okay. You don't have children. Okay. So I just want to hear everybody's response. And again, like I said, it's different because I've seen, and I think a lot of kids do this because I've seen a lot of parents respond to kids by calling them their first name. Like I've seen it a ton. Like they act like they buddies. I'm like, you
No,
don't
ma'am, no,
you
sir.
you don't pay bills. I
No,
mean, you
little man,
don't
no,
like.
little sir.
Please, no. Okay, so let's hear your response.
No, I think it's.
What would you do?
I think it's the same. As far as like, I would literally
That's a good
ignore
one.
them,
Excuse
and
me.
then if they kept saying it, I would just address it like, "Excuse me, I am not ya to you. You're gonna call me Mrs. or we don't have a conversation." I mean, I think that's the best way to do it because even sometimes
No, or
like
just clip them off all.
even sometimes like with ignoring them, like some of course some of them don't get the gist of what's going on. So you kind of have to kind of, in a sense, tell them like, this is not acceptable. And the funny thing about it is, most of the time, it's probably because that's how their parents do. Like their parents might just
Right.
be like, "Oh yeah, this is Des," or they see, this is
Oh, you should
Dorinda.
talk
It's
about what happened
no
with you.
Mrs. It's no aunt. Like it's not anything. It's just this is such and such. So they probably just become accustomed to like some of the children might just not, or teenagers might just not know like they might just not know titles. It might just be like, oh, they might call their mom, yo, Cindy, yo, yo, John,
Lord, have
Luis.
mercy.
It's like here we'd be like, excuse, we better not hear
Oh
our
no.
governments better not come out of our
Oh
children's mouths.
no.
Like,
Oh no.
so I feel like if
Oh
my kid,
no.
like,
Somebody dying
no,
here.
that no, so
Our kids learned our first names. It took them. They didn't know our first names until each of them was least about. Dream knew our first names earlier because she was told. But I don't think Dylan knew our first names, so he was like in like third grade.
nah. It's called Mommy and Daddy. That's what you're going
He didn't even know we had a first name.
Madre, Padre, however you want to say it.
Espanol.
Mommy, Papa, what's like
something.
But yeah, no.
Now the government called me.
You gotta let them know, because, and the thing is, sometimes, like, even like you were saying with teenagers, they don't like a lot of, like, nowadays. I think some of, not trying to be rude or anything, but some of the parents that's raising them,
Yes.
they don't, like, they're not like intellectually sound, like, even to think like, like some of them, knowing like you're supposed to address people a certain way and you're supposed to respect people. So their children, because they disrespect them and they probably talk to their parents any old kind of way,
No doubt.
then they feel like they could do that with any adult, because if they probably look at their parents like, yo, this is my dude, this is my friend, whatever, like, you just another person, then they're gonna look at everybody else like that. It's no sense of like order or structure. It's just like, oh, we just do this is how we do it. And a lot of times some of the teenagers, like, I think that's why sometimes that'll come to us, like, because you need to address it, because you need to know this is not how you behave outside. Okay. Correct. This is not what we do. I'm sorry if nobody else told you, but we're going to tell you and get it straight, because that's not appropriate. And sometimes you just need to say, because they just don't know. It's not even something that they're knowingly saying. Like, they're probably not even thinking they're disrespectful or doing anything. It's just, that's what they know. That's what they've been taught. So
true.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you can come up with yours next time. Now remember, you're supposed to do this next time, right? Because you got one. I thought about when we were talking about what you told me about.
Oh, I know. I was going to. That's what I was going to talk about when you said that. But I'll wait.
We hold that one next time, next week. That'll be a good one, because that kind of flows in the same situation, but that's just a little more heavier. Oh yes, that is so annoying for me. The whole bruh and bro. Oh my God! I tell them, listen, when the kid gonna be like, man, bro, and then we get upset. They be like, bro, bro. I'm like, who are you talking to? Mm-mm. Like, y'all got to get that cleaned up. And the funny thing is, I'm sorry, I don't want to carry on this conversation. I don't want to carry too long in this conversation. But the thing is, when these kids do the whole broing thing, it's perfect time. I'm glad you got that. When these kids do the whole broing thing, it's a I'm like, listen, the whole reality. Anthony, what's up, man? The whole thing is the whole thing is that when kids do that, I'm like, how are you going to talk to I had an exercise for one of my kids one time in school. I said, look, let's act like you're in an interview. I said, I'm gonna interview you for your job, like a real job. Let's see what happens.
Anthony,
and
that was funny.
They couldn't stop saying bro for longer than 2 minutes. I said, you're done. You won't even get the job because you can't stop saying bro. Like, clean up your language. Like, know how to turn that off with your friends and understand that you're talking to an adult. You're talking, and if you go into an interview, I don't care if y'all are the same age or not. You can't be broing somebody down at an interview. Bro, thank you, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I think, or bro, bro, or bro. I think my strengths are and my weaknesses are. Yeah, bro. I think my bro. They're gonna be like, who? Okay, nope. Right there. It don't matter how good your answer is. Just the whole bro and bro. They'll be like, oh, there it is. Yeah. There it is. There it is. That ain't nope. Can't work here. Can't work here. Because why? You start broing people up on the phone and broing people up when they're coming into an office space. No, man, you got to learn how to, that's a whole nother lesson. So you got to learn how to turn and change language, change lanes, know who you talking to.
Communicate.
Yeah. Properly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Feel me.
Feel me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel me.
I was trying
Yeah.
to think of words we used to say back, like back. I think the one. I'm trying to think. I don't know if y'all. I don't know if like if like South Jersey, like if they. I think like Philly, they used to say like noodle or something like that. And you'd be like
Noodle.
they were like he's a noodle. You'd be like what?
I nobody down here
Oh,
say
nobody. I
noodle.
don't know if anybody from
You
Philly is
sure
on
you
here.
sure you're that from Philly?
Yeah, noodle. Maybe it was not. Yeah, it was
I've
Philly.
heard it,
Noodle.
but
I've
not
heard
like no one really like
they used to
said
say
it.
it all the time, like high
Noodle.
school, college kind of time. They would
The
say
only thing we
noodle,
say that they used
noodle,
to
and John.
John, yeah, they say that now too,
I know that's why I didn't say used to for that one.
and they say
But
drawing now. I didn't. You say that all the time. You
oh
say
yeah, we
that
used to
drawing.
say that.
Man, you
Like you
drawing,
drawing,
and
yeah.
then but they say that now.
And I used to be like drawing what? I don't even have a crayon.
Yeah.
That's me, my smart mouth.
All right, so let's. All right, that was only supposed to be a couple minutes, but let's make this quick tonight. Our 15-minute conversation, real quick about what we're gonna talk about tonight.
Okay.
All right, let's make it quick. So,
Oh, thank you, Anthony. I was like, am I? Nobody ever heard the noodle?
I heard it, but it wasn't like, yeah, okay. All right. So what we're gonna talk about just for a minute before we get off here is I want to talk about I, this may not carry too long, but what I'm going to talk about just for a moment is let's bring your cup back over here for a second. All right, let's bring this because now this is not this cup. Okay, the reason why I had this conversation because I saw this, it just made me think about it. So my daughter, um, it is my wife's birthday was this week. So my 11-year-old bought her a cup. Now it's not a Stanley cup, right? Those Stanley cups that went all crazy about, but it is that kind of
Are
cup.
those sides? I think
This
that's
is
bigger than a
this is
Stanley
probably
cup.
no, this is taller. It's just not wider. So it's probably about the same. Holes about the same.
Okay.
Yeah, that Stanley's a little bit shorter. It's not as tall, right? So my 11-year-old, with her money, she bought her mom this mug, and she bought her some other thoughtful things like Kit Kats and stuff like that.
A blanket.
Yeah, blanket. So that's my 11-year-old. She's thoughtful in that way. So so I got to thinking, and it was funny because I started thinking about the fact of the interesting thing about, and I understand this from a teenage perspective to a degree. I understand it from like somewhat young early college days to a degree. But I think I get frustrated into a certain
I
space.
put that there on purpose.
I know it's like blocking. I get frustrated. I won't say frustrated. I just have a lot of questions to a degree. Like if you see something you like it, cool. Right. If you like something, it could be an outfit, it could be a pair of shoes, it can be anything, right? If you like something, okay, cool. Like go buy it, go get it. But one thing I think that's so interesting to me is the dynamic of fads and trends, especially when it comes to like those that are over 21, right? And so I saw like all the kids in my high school, like a lot of them, they started getting these Stanley Cups. Okay, cool. But Stanley, what they did was they basically remodeled and recolored something that was already laid out the way that it was. Now that's a whole lesson in itself because a lot of times that's all certain things need is a rebranding or just a tiny retooling, which is I'm not on here to preach, but that will deal real well. But sometimes certain things just need to be retooled. It's not that you're doing something wrong or you're completely off or you're just in a wrong space. Sometimes certain things just need to be retooled and reshaped because all they did was they changed the colors. Right? They had a product, they've had the product for a long time. Nothing wrong with the product. All they did was change the colors and everybody went nuts. Right. And it wasn't just kids, it was adults, right? They were going crazy over buying this and spending crazy amounts of money with the same. Like this is fine. I like the way this looks. This is a nice color. My daughter got from my wife. My wife likes it, because it's keeping her water cold. But the point being is like people started going crazy and just spending all kinds of money and like really ready to tackle each other at stores just to go grab these cups. And to me, I find it interesting Again, I'm gonna make sure I clarify because I want to lead this here because I want nobody thinking you got like you went crazy. This ain't no Stanley. But the whole point is, like, my wife don't care about that kind of stuff. Never has. Ever since I've met her, she's never really cared about that or anything like that. But my point is, and I'm just throwing this out to everybody for just feedback. But what is it that makes us go crazy over a trend or over something that it may not even look good, but we'll just be willing to say, I have this? Right? I'm not knocking people. My point being is that sometimes it's an interesting dynamic because sometimes I wonder, is it insecurity? Is it, I want to look cool? Like, some things just throw me off.
That's true, Anthony.
Like them red boots.
Overly ridiculous.
Remember them big old Super Mario
boots.
Brother boots? Mm-hmm. That's what I call them. I call them Super Marios. And people were spending like astronomical money for them things. Crazy amounts of money. Just to have now them things in the store. We saw them things when we went away one time. That girl was selling things like $70. Right? Yeah. Like, you can't even get them things away. But people were going crazy to buy those things. And I'm just saying, what is up with us as human beings to just kind of lose our sanity over a label? Having Stanley across that. I get it for teenagers. You want to be you want to look, oh, I got this on, I got that, I got this, hoodie, I got that. But to me, it's like, if you like it, what does it matter to other opinions? Okay, go ahead. You talk more about this because you the fashion lady.
Well, we wasn't really talking about fashion,
but I'm just talking about trends and fads.
Yeah, because that's like when I think it's just I think a lot of people are just like, they feel like, I don't know if it makes them feel closer to people or what, because I remember when Kanye put out like that dingy clothes thing and those dingy sneakers, and I was like, people are really buying this stuff. If he wants to walk, if people want to walk around looking dingy, that's between them and themselves. But it just kind of is like when you grow, like when we were growing up, it's like you were kind of taught, like, to clean is like the way, this is, how you're supposed to be. And then to see somebody put on dingy stuff, and now everybody's wearing dingy stuff, dingy sneakers. I know they still have some of the dingy sneakers that's out that people buy. And I'm like, you could just buy a regular pair. You could just mess up your sneakers and just put them on. What does it matter? Like, go step in some dirt outside, like something, like, instead of paying like ridiculous amount of money to be like somebody else. So I don't know if it makes them feel like, I think what in their mind, like, I think it's really, I don't want to be rude, but a lot of times people that do that, I think, just struggle, like you said, with insecurity and struggle with value, because they feel like they're putting this on and it brings them more value, or people will look at them as valuable because they have this. And it's like, no. So they'll continue in that cycle with buying and buying and buying. And the reality of it is they're trying to please people, because it's like, I'm going to show you that I have value, or, I'm going to show you that I could do this, or I got, and it's like, it's so stupid. But I think like some people, because of maybe how they were raised or what happened, like it causes them to think that way. Like, no matter what, I'm going to try to figure out some way to bring or to make myself seem valuable, because they don't feel like they have value. So therefore, they're running behind everything that they can do to give them value. And it's like, that little cup or those little boots, like, and some people might look at it as valuable in my eyes, and some other people's eyes, we might look at it as ridiculous, like Anthony said, because I think it looks like ridiculous. Like, why would you? It's just like kind of just like when they brought out those alien sneakers, and I used to be like, now those sneakers look like alien. Like, why are you wearing, what are not sneakers, but those like weird shoe things? They look like aliens.
So the Kanye ones?
I think they were Kanye too. And it's like, why are you wearing, like, I just always wonder, like, if it wasn't like Kanye, or if it wasn't like somebody else, like, would you still wear that? Like, would you walk around in dirty clothes if you didn't see him do it? You wouldn't, like, because that's not what we're supposed to do. But it's just people start doing like ridiculous things for to try to bring, I guess, like I said.
I agree. I think that I think the issue that people have I think that it
is sad.
It is. And it's like I was thinking about, like, for example, like sports athletes, right? And I was thinking about how um did I see right? Katrina, yep, me for some. Hey Francis, hey. Makes you feel yeah, I agree. Like mindset. I think that what happens a lot of times for people is that I was thinking about something with a sports athlete. I think it was Joe Flacco. And Joe Flacco's a local guy. So he went to Auburn High School and all things like that. But it's
Right.
interesting
That's
to
a
think
good
about
point,
because
Anthony.
like I'll just use his car for an example. Even after he won the Super Bowl, he drove back around here and he still has his same, listen how crazy this is. Because his car still works and all, he still has the same car from high school. This guy is making at the time he had just signed a 6-year, $120 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens. And someone saw him his car. They're like, "Yo, you need to change your car." He's like, "It still works."
Right.
Like that's what he said. He said it still works. So the crazy thing is, like, it's funny how people are like trying to like pressure him because you got his money to get a new car, and he's like, I'm good. Like if
Exactly.
I
That's
want to
what
get a new
matters.
car, I can, and I'll decide to get a new car if there's a car I want. But y'all ain't gonna make me buy a new car. Like
Right.
it's crazy how because this is one of the guys was talking about in the league. One guy said like how there was two things that were happening when you would join either you'd be part of the NFL or NBA. What would happen is there would be guys that would come to the locker room and basically they would allow guys to come to the locker room and allow guys to shop because it was two reasons why. Number one, they did it because some guys just didn't want to go out and they didn't want people to see them and be like, "Oh, you such and such," right? So cool. So the guy that come to the locker room, it would be like these, custom made suits, tailor made suits, and basically the suits were like 10 grand, right? Like we talk about like suits, they were 10 grand, right? So, but number one, of course, there's a markup because they know they're football players and they're basketball players, so they're just charging 10 grand for suits. So some guys they would sit there, some guys would buy the suits, and some guys would be like, "Ain't nobody paying no 10 grand for that." Like I go
Right.
like, but then it
That'll
was
be
almost
me.
like a peer pressure
Not
thing,
at
like,
all.
"Oh, you got it, or you do got it, or you don't got it," and it's like I don't have to prove my point because I'm gonna
Exactly.
spend 10 grand. Like that's where I think the elements of insecurity, but also the elements of like I
Ridiculousness.
have to have it. Now, there's people that have the money. If you want to do it, fine. I'm not telling people what and what not to do with your money. That's not my point. My point being is that
Do
I
it for
think that
yourself, I
we do.
think.
That's that, and that's what I'm trying to get at. We have. I think there needs to be a need to do it because you want to do it, compared to it saying Stanley on your cup. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Not
this
ever.
is the same cup from wherever my daughter brought it from. I think she probably got it from Five Below for you, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I mean,
Now, I'm just saying, my point. Instead of spending $50 for a cup because it has a name on the side.
now was there because I don't know everything about this Stanley, but I thought there was something that happened where it was like supporting a cause, and that's kind of what started it. Which I can now if it's something like that, that's completely different. I'm okay
Dang,
with
why
that.
everybody was tackling
Like
each other to get it.
if something was happening and it's um like this is going towards helping, if it was Down syndrome or
Yeah, that's
something
different.
like that. That's the only way. Like I would be like, okay, because you're actually supporting something or trying to further, something. So that's understandable. But like just because like somebody that I guess is supposed to be famous or whatever you want to call it,
$45
no way.
Target.
That's too
And
much.
then a basic one right now,
I
like the
mean, it's not
regular one is like
it's
10
not doing
bucks.
anything different than this cup right here. So what would be the point? Is it keeping your water cold? Good. That's what it's supposed to do. Or keeping your liquids hot, whatever it's supposed to do. If it's doing that, we're good.
Because it says Stanley.
Yeah, that's too much.
I'm just I'm
I've never
just
been into
telling you,
like the
like
name brand. That's too much.
it's just because it says Stanley on the front. And again, I'm not knocking Stanley. Man, y'all did a wonderful job. Excellent. Get that
Yeah,
bread.
I mean,
Get it. Yo, keep getting your money. If folks
they
gonna
can't
pay
help
for it,
if exactly.
if folks listen, if folks want to pay for it, keep your prices marked up high. But I'm just saying there's an interesting dynamic of how we are so moved by certain trends. And watch this. And I guarantee it's going to happen. Probably it's going to be moving around for a couple of years. And after that, them things will be back down to 10, 15 bucks. Right. Because they're not selling like hotcakes. So the demand that people are having on it are people that want. And so I find it interesting that people just I question what we chase and why we chase after it. You know what I mean? Because you're not really chasing after that cup.
Right.
You wasn't even thinking about one of the mugs until people were just grabbing them. So now I'm responding off of people grabbing a cup. I wasn't even thinking about getting a cup, but because everybody got these cups, I'm gonna get me a cup too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody got them sneaks. I'm gonna get me a pair of them sneaks too. Like that's teenagerish.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, okay.
I'm never sure. I'm never sure where these things start. It's just always interesting because it's almost just like the right time. You have the right product and the right time, then you good. Like I remember with the whole situation with was that Popeyes when everybody was trending on that, like the chicken sandwich or whatever, and it's like,
well, that's food.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, but I'm saying it was just so happened that time, and they just started trending. Like it wasn't nothing. I think I haven't even tried it. And the same thing with Lysol. Like it's just like whatever time it happened. Like when COVID
that's not trending,
hit,
man. That's just
no. When COVID hit, but when no, they had all other kinds of things. They had you can buy Lysol, you can buy. No, because I bought disinfectant spray. It didn't have to be Lysol.
Who buys?
So what I'm saying is Lysol though took their price up, and people were paying for it. I'm saying and I'm saying when I said just different times call for different things. I said I never know. No, I didn't.
Yes, you are.
I said I never. No, I'm not. You never know what triggers these things. It's just almost like it just happens and things start trending. So I said, if you have the right product at the right time, anything can happen. Because it's the same thing with the Stanley Cup. I mean, those been around for a long. It's not like they just came out. They just changed it. So it's the right time. You have the right product, and you just build on that. So
let's start calling them Stanley tumblers. Because I forgot Stanley Cup. I was laughing.
Oh yeah.
That's what they give away for the hockey championship too.
Stanley tumbler.
Yeah, the Stanley tumbler, because the Stanley Cup actually is also the hockey championship. All right, we're getting off of here. I just wanted to have that quick conversation. We'll be on here weekly. Make sure we get back to this because again, those are following me now. Like my Facebook page, Facebook canceled me. Makes no sense, but they canceled me. So that's why I had to start a whole new page. So all my followers, I had everything I had laid out. I'm all brand new now on Facebook because they canceled me over the connectivity of my Instagram page. But you got any last final thoughts? Because I'm done. Because I ain't trying to be up late. We got early church.
Early rise tomorrow.
Early church. All right.
Half of 7 to 7.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for just joining us. Thank y'all for your comments too. Again, like I said, we are going to be on here every week. But again, we was off for a good month because Facebook had clipped me for a month. So just trying to work this thing out and try to figure out a way. Hopefully they'll reinstate my old page. If not, then we'll see what happens. All right. I'll talk to y'all. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Have a good night.